Welcome back to Matt Time. I am Daniel Tench and joined, as always, by my good friend Zach Stair. How you doing today, Zach?
I'm doing great, Big Dan. I'm excited to kick off our
bracket breakdown.
Our bracket special, presented specially by Glenn's Lock Service.
Yeah, awesome.
Big shout out to Glenn, and big thanks to him for sponsoring the show. If you guys are in Huntington this coming weekend and you get locked out of your car,
he's the guy.
Give him a call, 304-522-4007.
Yeah, he's gonna do good stuff with us this week because he's got a whole bunch of stuff he's sponsoring here. This is at least one of 4 episodes that we're bringing you. Thought it'd be a little more condensed, break it down for you a little quicker. Got my old school Matt Time hoodie like this, and I got the modern day beanie. I've done this look before. One of my favorite looks. Yep. It's one of my favorite beanie looks. And look at this, actual coffee in the chain cup today.
Yep. I'm rocking the chain wrestling crew neck, the new style. One of my favorite, one of my go-tos. Love their crew necks. Big drop, fresh off the press, the camo Matt Time hoodie. Yeah, if you guys have not
looking for that,
if you guys have not got that yet, go order it. So quit stalling, get that ordered. So big shout out to Chain Wrestling. Don't know what we'd do without them. Doing big things for Matt Time and doing big things for everybody, really making a name for themselves. So shout out to those guys. Chain Wrestling, join the chain. Created by athletes for athletes. Cultivated for the uncommon. Apparel for the everyday grind.
Chain Wrestling. Okay, let's get into it. This is our AAA look. We're going to go lower weight classes here. Jumping right into it. Still no significant changes.
Yeah. At this point,
which is odd.
Still the same.
Yeah, which is great. I mean, for everybody involved, but it is different. Usually we have a change or two at this point. So these are as of today. Today being Sunday. That's when everything's starting to get dropped for you. So everything's good. So let's just get into it. My eye is caught quickly at the 106 weight class by a quarterfinal matchup. We'll probably see, I think we're going to see it on Friday morning there with Pepper Martin and Nate Volk from Huntington
University.
I
think so. I think that's kind of the quarterfinal that really truly sticks out.
It's a big matchup of kids that we think are both going to be wrestling on Saturday.
Yeah.
I think they both wrestle on Saturday.
One of those nice quarterfinal matchups there. So, another one I think potentially that has some pepper on it is Dallas Owens and potentially Owen Anderson there in the quarterfinals down low. I think those are probably your 2 best, potential quarterfinal matchups.
Right.
So.
And the winner of that match, and we know the tight team race this year with University and South. They each sent 13. So it's like super tight. Every match is important. It looks like, just kind of like, if I'm going to guess, I feel like, I don't think he gets past, I don't think Pepper can get past Johnson. I think everybody's chasing Johnson right now. Johnson's having a monster year there from Woodrow Wilson. Only 1 loss on the season. And he's pretty much established himself as the man. Everybody's after him. Yeah. But I feel like that we're going to see University and Park South match up in the bottom part of this.
You think?
On the wrestlebacks. Yeah, I do.
I'm looking forward to that potential Phillips-Owens semifinal. I think that one's got some
heat behind it.
Got some heat behind. I'm looking forward to that. I think that'd be a great match. So yeah, 106 is going to be. It's going to be a great weight class, Big Dan. I mean, there's a lot of, another one to watch here, Zoe.
Absolutely, but I kind of feel like, we got that potential Tyson Phillips matchup in the quarters too, which could be a real good one.
That's a good one. Yeah, not to sleep on that.
But not a ton of mat time for Tyson. He's in the mid-20s in matches.
A little less than some of these other.
Right, but yes, you're right about Zoe. Senior year, kind of all eyes on her. Does she get on the podium?
Girls State champion, looking to get on the podium. On the boys side as well. So, yeah, definitely.
Very, very feasible. So. Pretty good weight class. I don't feel like there's 1,000 kids there that could potentially place. I feel like there's
a separation in
finite number. I agree. There's a finite number of kids that can get on the podium, but as a whole, there's some pretty good quarterfinals. I think we highlighted the 2 best ones for sure.
So okay, on to 113 here, Big Dan. I mean, this is a weight class where I feel like we call a spade a spade. The Dolan has established himself as definitely the guy that everybody is chasing.
You think so?
What do you...
Is 2 titles enough to convince you that he's probably the man?
I mean, I think this is a good weight class. I think there's definitely some talent here. what are your thoughts? Looking this thing over, do you have any particular matchups that kind of stick out to you right off the bat, or any potential matchups looming that you're looking for?
I mean,
I think it's pretty well spread out.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
This is a weight class very well spread out.
It's pretty even. I think the correct two. The committee didn't touch this pill. They didn't touch 113, so obviously they felt the same, that it was pretty much right where we wanted it to be. But yeah, I mean, your analysis of clearly all eyes are on Dolan, wrapping up a really, really nice career there at Spring Mills, looking to be a four-timer. Definitely chasing him. Now, in terms of the team race, Park South, Claudia there catches him right out of the gate in the quarters, should he make it to that point. So it was kind of a tough draw. But yeah, I mean, I think this one's going to go somewhat to chalk, as you like to say. I don't see anything. I think we're going to see a McComas and a Dolan showdown in the finals. I think so as well. That's who I think. McComas comes out the bottom. I think Dolan comes out the top. And again, obviously, right now everybody's probably considering Dolan the favorite to take the whole thing. And
for me, looking at this weight class, I definitely think there are more than 6 kids capable of podium too. I think this is a pretty deep weight class myself, but.
Little top heavy, but a lot of kids get on the podium.
A lot of kids in there, I think, with some talent. So.
I think that's fair.
So I'm excited to watch the backside of 113 there. I think that'll be. I think there'll be some good matchups there. So
I like it.
So yeah. All righty, everybody. We're on to the 120-pound weight class.
Just rolling right on through.
Yep.
What you got for me? You start this time. I started last time. You start this time.
I think. Looking at it, again, this is a weight class that I feel like is pretty well spread out. As far as the talent, I think there's a big quarterfinal matchup looming with Garcia and Perry.
I think that's a good one. Yeah, for sure.
I think someone to watch here maybe is Barrett, the freshman from Huntington. I'm pretty keen to him, but I mean, there's some big potential matchups as well in the quarters. Barrett Meadows, I think Polinsky makes the finals run as a freshman.
Oh yeah, he's had a tremendous
very well
year.
Could see an Eastern Panhandle rematch.
That's what I'm saying.
Again,
like Garcia, that match is big because it's kind of a tough draw. I mean, you got caught with a kid that's a lot of people think could be a top 3 type kid, and Garcia obviously a great wrestler in his own right. And you're a champ, you're feeling pretty good about things. You look at your quarter, and you're like, of course, Region 2. Region 2. Of course, that's what I caught this time. Yeah. But, I mean, I think the winner of that's got a real good chance to final.
Yeah, I think so. I think so as well. Again,
not locked,
I think this weight class.
But real good chance for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think another guy to watch is Surgeon, too, from Riverside. He wrestled a great regional tournament and,
came out with the belt.
The senior going to be looking to make some noise there en route to the semis with the potential Polinsky matchup. So.
Yeah, Polinsky's wrestling really well. I mean, again, like you said previously there, it really wouldn't shock me to see an Eastern Panhandle rematch there, a Region 2 rematch.
Region 2.
And there's a couple of weight classes throughout these brackets where
we're going to see some regional
I think
matchups,
so.
I think
we see a regional final rematch. I do think they're the best 2 in the state. But Garcia, I mean, that's a really nice. That's a Saturday match.
Yeah, that's a
Saturday. That's another Saturday match in a quarterfinal.
Yep.
I think they both make it to Saturday, and I think the winner finals. I do. I think the winner's going to come out of that side and final.
So
personally,
now this is an interesting weight class coming up here, Big Dan. 126. There's definitely some talent here. I mean, you got former state champion Brady Roberts. You got last year's state champion Garen Arthur.
Yep.
You got the freshman sensation Knight.
And then they're in the same quadrant.
Who has beat Arthur head-to-head once, and that's a potential quarterfinal matchup there Friday morning looming. So I mean that's a big time match for a quarterfinal. That's a state championship as a match.
Yeah, I'll give you that. That could easily have been a title match, but like you said, Roberts wrestled really well.
And then you're looking at Rourke Hoffman, another banging quarterfinal. That's a good one. Roberts Cook. This is one of my favorite weight classes as far as the quarterfinal.
You think the best quarterfinals?
So
you're thinking like 52 AA last year, where the quarterfinals are just really good.
Some absolute bangers of quarterfinal matchups. So that's a loaded field.
I think the night again. I'm going to go, and it always seems to be the top quarterfinal that we talk about every
Typically,
single time.
it works
I don't
out
know
like
why.
that, yeah.
I think last year was the bottom quarterfinal. This year's the top quarterfinal.
Well, you got region. Well, with this pill especially, you came through with Region 1's. Region 1's talent, and then all the disparity in Region 4 that always happens. So that's a theme in another weight class that we'll touch
just a second. But
touch later on. But
I think that Knight Arthur matchup is especially good. It's especially exciting because Arthur's had an up and down year, but when the kid's wrestling up, he's nearly impossible to beat.
The Arthurs show up when it matters.
They show up in Huntington. There's no doubt about it. The Arthurs show up to wrestle in Huntington. He did last year. I mean, he went ahead and shocked everybody last year by winning the daggone thing.
Should have been the MOW too, in my opinion.
It was a tremendous effort. Like lots of pins, lots of crazy pins, but
with this weight class, Big Dan, man, I would not feel comfortable trying to pick
a champ.
Because like I said, there's so much talent here.
I think there's a lot of disparity. I'll give you that. I'll grant that, but I do think. I'll be a little bit bold. I think the winner of the Knight Arthur match makes it all the way out.
I can agree with that.
Like the last weight class.
Yeah,
I think they both got the talent to do that.
I just think there's a lot of different guys here floating around.
At the bottom, I agree for sure. There's probably
that's more so what I was alluding. There's
three there that I think you could tell me, and I would not be shocked.
Yeah, more so what I was alluding to. But yeah, that like I said, I'm really excited to watch 126 there. I think that's going to be
good bracket for sure. All right, well, let's take a quick break here. And then we'll be right back, and we'll start tackling the last three for this episode and roll on to the big boys.
No matter what it is you need, you'll find it at your local Par Mar store. From gas to grocery, snacks, and everything else you always seem to run out of, Par Mar stores has it. Need more savings? Download the Par Mar app and sign up for the Par Mar Rewards Card. You won't only see our stores in your neighborhoods, you'll see us in your neighborhoods too. We are proud to be in your town and proud to be a part of the community. Come see us at Par Mar stores, and remember, if there's not a Par Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
All right. Special thanks to our partners there at Par Mar stores. There's not one near you now. There soon will be.
Yep.
Guaranteed.
Yeah, they're popping up like Dollar Generals everywhere.
Yeah, they are. Then they're the official sponsor of WVSSAC Sports.
Doing big things.
Mat Time.
Doing big things for West Virginia. And like I said, proud supporter of Mat Time, and more importantly, the wrestlers of West Virginia.
Absolutely.
So
and we'll hit one up on the way down.
Yep. Fuel up there on Route 2.
The GF,
Gallipolis
baby.
Ferry.
The GF. If you don't know about the GF,
so.
man. If you don't know about it, don't ask about it. I'll tell you that. All right. Moving on. 132. This one has a good storyline brewing. Couple good storylines brewing, as a matter of fact. Let's start with what I think. I think we're chasing McAfee, obviously. Mm-hmm. 2 losses, neither kid in state.
Yep.
Both good matches, one of which nationally ranked.
Yep.
So it's and Alea was at one point nationally ranked.
Uh-huh.
So
I
mean, potato. So the 2 good kids, 2 kids that people feel like are going to be in the D1 discussion to wrestle. So McAfee, a legit defending champion. I think we're chasing him.
Yeah,
as a whole.
I agree. Like I said, I mean everything thus far shows us that, but
right, there's yet to be anything that tells me otherwise. Now, but again, we're going to have to go up to the top quadrant, another potential quarterfinal. Well, first off, you think the early matchup of St. Clair and Bells is worth writing home about?
I think it's a big first round matchup there. And then like I said, the winner of that going to look to take on Lowe,
who's back.
Yeah, back.
He's missed some time this year.
He's been out a little bit, but he's back in there, and you got, like I said, Bales, champion last year. So that's a big potential quarterfinal matchup there on Friday morning. What matchup are you favor to here in this weight class, Big Dan? Anything in particular, or any looming matchup that you like?
Well, to me, I think the storyline is. I mean, you got Wells down at the bottom and a chance to maybe catch McAfee or Walls. I'm sorry, my mistake.
No, your old eyes.
Yeah, I knew his name was Walls though. That's the problem. So Walls down at the bottom. Sage, I know Sage. Looking that potential matchup there in the semifinals with McAfee can be a really good match because that they were all a part of that loaded 132 bracket at the WSAZs. But I do think, I think the storyline here is the rematch. I think it's round 4? I think it'd be round 4 or so, maybe 5.
Yeah, they've wrestled quite a few
times. I think Bells and McAfee
have gone
might get after it one more time. Hey, what's interesting though, Bells is getting closer. So it does set up a really cool storyline if they, if he gets past Low, which I think is a really tough task. That's a tough task to get past Low for sure. But I think he can make a run at a rematch in the finals on Saturday night. The final rematch.
Yeah, I'd have to go back and look at the numbers, but I know they wrestled at Winner's Choice. Regionals. No, they wrestled at regional.
Wrestled at SAZs, did they not? In the Consi semis?
I can't remember.
I think they did.
That weight class had so much going on, I can't remember. But yeah, and then they wrestled regionals though.
Yeah,
yeah.
I was right. Regionals,
yeah,
so 3.
3. So
at least 3.
4, yeah.
It's like been a bunch.
Yeah, it's been a lot. I just didn't know exactly how many. So yeah.
Did they duel? Were they at? Yeah, they must have dueled at the regionals.
At the regional.
For the state.
Yeah, I'd have to go back and look at those results.
This could be 5. 4 of his losses could be McAfee.
Yeah, don't like I said, don't hold us to those numbers. But they've wrestled
that many times.
They've wrestled quite a few times though.
So. But it's been closer.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's been closer and closer and closer. So, yeah.
All right, Big Dan. Now here's the elephant in the room, so to speak.
Yeah, this is a chaotic bracket, because Region 4 specifically
was math chaos.
Well, yeah, a lot of revenge wins in that particular region. So it goes back to what I always like to talk about: how nobody cares about the old ranking.
Yeah, the rankings don't matter.
When you got to go out there and actually wrestle them, because right out of the gate, you got the Carmen Riggs matchup, and
that's a Saturday evening
that's
match.
Definitely a Saturday match. Definitely a Saturday match. I don't know if I'd go Saturday evening match, but I would definitely say that's a Saturday match. Potentially both could have finaled. Yeah. I agree, potentially. But this is a very even weight class, in my opinion. There's talent scattered throughout. I feel like there's 8 or 9 kids that could easily podium. And I think 4-ish, 5-ish, maybe 5 could final.
Yeah.
But I think 3 could be champs. Mm-hmm. So there's disparity everywhere. There's 3 names that if you told me they win it, I will be like, yes.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's going to be some, like I said, I look at the Herndon Martin quarterfinal looming there.
Right.
I like that. Harris Holt, that's going to be a good one. I think Tally would probably on paper be the favorite there to come out to the semis.
Right.
His quadrant.
And I think he's going to
get
the
winner of Carmen Riggs.
Yeah, he gets the winner of Thursday night, in my opinion, which is crazy. Very rarely do you say the winner of a Thursday night match is most likely going to semi. But it's just because of the chaos that was thrown in Region 4. We had a throw and pin in there, and then we just had a legit, I want to get after it and beat you. Mm-hmm. I mean, it made it a very interesting weight class.
Yeah, there's a lot of depth here as far as high end talent, and like you said, I think 3-4 kids can lay claim to the finals and to winning it.
I agree,
and we can see a lot of regional rematches throughout the course here of the tournament as well, with as talented as these guys are and as close as they are.
Yeah, well, if you told me that it would be an all Region 4 semi, I wouldn't absolutely be flabbergasted.
No, it wouldn't be unheard of at all.
I'd be surprised, because that's tough.
Yeah, it is. It is tough. But like I said, I wouldn't I wouldn't look at that and my mind be blown.
Like I remember the last time I remember something like that happening was, I'm pretty sure it was like a heavyweight back in like 2008-ish.
Really?
Yeah. I do know that
go back through and look on that.
Well, it was a year. It was a year that Heath Shirley won the title in AA Single A. He wrestled Perrin from Logan, and I know they finished 1, 2, 3, 4. Region 4 took the top 4 spots in the state, and I'm pretty sure they all semi'd.
Really?
Don't know for a fact, but it could happen here. I think it could definitely happen here.
We'll have to do the math check there. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised.
And if you told me none of them made it,
that'd be the
I
same way.
wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah, no, because like I said, there's just so
I'd
much.
be surprised again.
I'd
be surprised, but not shocked.
Wouldn't be shocked, yeah.
Just because there's so much. I think, again, lots of kids can lay claim to be an all-state in this weight class.
No, I agree. That's going to be a good one. That alone will be worth the price of admission for
I think any combination. That's probably the best quarterfinals of any bracket we've looked at any class, any division.
Yeah, I agree. And I do. I like I said,
Lots of even, good
yeah.
wrestling matchups.
I like the one earlier we discussed, but like I said, I think top to bottom, that is
That's a good one.
superior. So
All right.
All righty, on to the last weight class here.
Yep.
Of the Glenn's Lock Service AAA
Preview.
for number one, anyways, in the part one. We got 144 here, Big Dan. What are your thoughts here? Anything stick out to you?
I'm going to ride the hot hand, man. I'm going to ride the hot hand. Lucas went off the second half of last year. He showed in the big matches. He shows up. I think he is definitely someone you're chasing. Definitely chasing Lucas here. Super nice kid, too. But I find it super interesting. Stewart's back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not a lot of mat time.
Nah,
but
I think he's under 10 matches this year.
He's floating around.
But he's a champ.
8-1, but
he's a champ.
Regional
Region 4 champ.
Going to be looking, to end his career
on a high note.
On a high note.
Yeah.
So I really like, Stewart, his draw there to the semis. Be interested to see what he can do.
Right. Oh, I agree.
Blonde hair and all.
And on the bottom there, we still have Eads present. Like Eads is clearly one of the top wrestlers in the state. Obviously, only 2 losses this year. I think any sort of showdown where he matches up with Lucas or Stewart in the finals would be a great final match. And there's a young man, there's a freshman down there that you like, the Murphy boy.
Yeah, big fan of Nathan Murphy.
He wrestles well too. I mean, tough weight class, and he's got a doable draw to get out.
Yeah, and I think he can definitely make a run to the semis. And 38-11, but look at the schedule.
It's a little deceptive.
There, so don't hang your hat necessarily on those 11 losses there. So
right, and I know I guess the sexy pick would have been the coaches. Everybody thinks Eads won. He's the one you're chasing. I'm going hot hand here.
Yeah, I would
Lucas
agree.
wrestled out of his mind last year in Huntington,
and he's just kept that. He's just kept that rolling.
He's gotten better and better and better. And again,
that
that's another kid. 6 losses, but another really tough schedule.
Really tough schedule.
Yeah.
So you can't.
And it's late season. Nothing matters. No, they're all 0-0 as it turns out.
It's all fresh now, so gotta go out there.
It's awesome.
Man, what a good episode, Big Dan.
I
enjoyed talking about these AAA lightweights, so to speak, light to middle. So that was a good one.
Yeah, now it's time to go talk about more of my cup of tea. Let's get some big fellers. Yeah, let's go talk about the big fellers out there. So thanks for joining us for the part 1 of the AAA preview. I am Daniel Tinch.
And I'm Zach Sayre.
Have a good one, folks.
Big shout out to Glenn's Lock Service.